What's up, everyone? Welcome once again to the channel. It's your boy Luis, and listen, I promised you guys that I was gonna give you a little bit of a couple of vlogs, some content here from Cuba. And to be honest, I've been a little busy for the past couple of days because I've been dealing with my family and just doing some trips. We went to the beach, as I told you guys, and in the meantime, as I can, I've been trying to share with you guys a couple of passion vlogs and whatnot. But today I'm actually leaving Cuba, so this is my very last day, very last couple of hours in the country, and I decided that instead of going out and trying to vlog about the city and whatnot and just kind of like wasting time on that, I decided to vlog about something that is very personal about me and my life and my family, which is of course my house, where I grew up with part of my family and where currently my mom lives. And I talked to her and she agreed that it's okay for us to do a house tour of a Cuban home, and she's gonna be leading the vlog with us. So we have here my mom, we have a couple of neighbors as well, house friends, and I'm gonna be taking you guys on this experience. Okay, so I'm actually on the side of the house because Cuba, as you guys know, it's a tropical country. It's very hot, it's very sunny right now. So I'm gonna go to the front of the house to show you guys what it looks like from the front. And this is the street where we live. Okay, so this is the street, typical Cuban street. All right, here we are. As you can see, it's going downhill, so you gotta be careful when you walk out. And this is the house here. Ooh. This is the house. This is where I grew up. I probably lived here for like 9 years. Anyways, we'll talk to my mom. She knows all the facts. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
So are you welcoming us into your house today?
Of course, you're welcome.
Okay, so mom is a little bit shy. English is a little rusty, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It is, but it's good. She's gonna guide us today through the home. Okay, say hello to our neighbors as well. Lourdes, Israel. In Cuban houses, gardens are very important. If I tour you guys around, if I show you other houses, okay, you will see most houses have at least some sort of greenery in front of the house. So of course, my mom's house cannot be the exception, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a couple of plants here.
Yeah.
You planted the garden.
Yeah, planted the garden.
We have some plants that I have never seen anywhere else, right? So we have...
They need some water.
These ones are a little bit dangerous, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Right? She wants to make sure I don't miss any plants.
Yeah.
So we have all sort of plants here. Ever since I remember, since I was a kid, my mom always loved taking care of plants and just bringing different type of plants and just making sure that we have diversity. And so a fun fact actually is that my mom is an animal advocate.
Yeah, I am.
This is something.
I am.
A new development in recent years. My mom has been getting a lot into defending animals' rights and
Yeah.
whatnot. So this is a little house that they built here in the garden for some of my mom's pets. Unfortunately, the pet that used to live here now has passed away ever since. But regardless,
But it is La Tumba, Laguna's house.
oh, all of the pets that she has had before are also buried here in the garden. In our culture, our pets are like family members.
Like family.
Members, right? So even once they move on to the creator, they still stay with us here at home. As you guys can see, it's really hot here. So please forgive us if we are sweating.
Say hello.
Okay, so here in Cuba, very normal that our neighbors will come and visit us, just like we go and visit them anytime during the day. It's always a good time to see our neighbors and bond, right?
To take
Coffee is very important here in Cuba. Okay, so let's talk about this area of the house. This is the what do you call this? The portal. We call this portal in Spanish, and it's basically the entrance to the home, but you're not inside the house just yet. It's just like a reception
like
area. It's like a porch, yeah.
Like a porch.
See, my mom has better English than me.
Yeah.
You come into this area, and then you have some seats where the neighbors can come and sit, and you guys can have some chismes.
Like this, you know.
Oh, okay. So this is how you do it. So it's very common. The neighbors will come. Sometimes you don't even need to go inside the house. You have already the seats available here, and they can just sit, talk about whatever is going on, usually some chismes. And then just have a good time. You will notice this throughout the house. Very important. Plants are present. Plants are everywhere, even though this is just the entrance to the house. ¿Verdad o mentira?
¿Verdad?
Claro. You guys will notice these things a lot, okay? So these are water tanks because in a lot of places, in a lot of houses, there's not running water. So you have to have the tanks at home, and whenever the water becomes available, you just fill them up, and then you have water for everything in the house, whether it is for cleaning, showers.
But we have another upstairs.
Yeah,
Also.
there's also
And
a bigger
it is bigger than this one.
bigger water tank
Yeah.
in the top of the house. Okay, so maybe I'll show you guys. I don't know if I want to
And
go all
look
the way
at
up there.
that plant.
Yeah, I already showed all the plants.
Pineapple plant.
I showed all the plants. She's so proud of the plants.
Yeah.
There you see. It's important for you to have plants and animals in the house.
Yes, it is.
Why?
That's very important for me.
Why?
Because I love them too.
Oh.
I
okay.
love animals and I love plants.
And do you love me?
Really? I love you more.
Ah. This is just the outside of the house. Now let's go inside, and I want to start by showing you here at the door. This is the entrance of the home. What do we have here? Christmas season.
Still Christmas.
Still Christmas in March. They say that in the Philippines is the country that celebrates Christmas the longest of all countries,
yeah.
because they start celebrating in September.
In September.
Right? Well, here in Cuba it's March, and we still
March.
have our Christmas.
April.
April, it's almost April already.
And maybe June.
Okay, let's go into the living room.
Okay, come on.
All right, when you come in, this is what you see.
This is
And
my living room.
this is your living room.
For Luis to have a coffee.
Oh.
Sleeping there.
Yes. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about this. As you will see, it's very one color, right? So you have red curtains, you have red furniture, you have
Red flowers.
you have like a pinkish tone to the walls. And for a very long time, I would say that it was kind of a trend in Cuba to have like one color thing. So you will see different parts of the house, you will see different color themes, right? So here right now, it's very red.
And what about this?
Oh,
It's the most important I have in my living room.
Oh.
Do you know him?
who is that?
Do you know him?
Who is that?
This is Luis and
My grandparents.
grandfathers.
Yeah. Do you recognize?
How old?
Here, maybe 3 years old.
Maybe 3 or maybe 4 years old.
Yeah. Windows everywhere. Very important. Okay?
Yeah.
Front of the house, windows. Almost
Yeah.
the whole wall. Here, windows. There, windows. Why?
Wherever.
Why? Because it's hot in
Yes,
Cuba.
very hot.
It's very hot, and now it's slowly becoming kind of normal. But back in the day, when I used to live in Cuba, it was not normal, not common to have AC. So you have to have a lot of windows to make sure that the air is able to come into the house, and you're not suffocating. You will also notice a lot of curtains, and I'll tell you a little bit about that. But usually we have curtains instead of doors, precisely because we want to have open spaces. When you come into the house, we want the air to be able to flow from one room to the other and not just be trapped in one place, right?
Yeah,
Am I right or wrong?
you're right.
I'm always right. This is our furniture. Once again, remember, super important that when you have guests, which we do have a lot of guests, you have sufficient space for chismes. Chismes is Cuba's national sport, okay?
Oh yeah, I think you are also a chismoso.
Yes.
You know, a chismoso, the person who likes the chisme.
Oh, they know what chismes is.
Yeah,
they love
yeah.
chismes too. Okay, before we move on to the rest of the house, I want to see if you guys can hear. I don't know if it's clear, if you can hear through the window, but what you're hearing there is a telenovela, which is a teleserie.
Yeah.
Teleserie is basically like soap dramas and
Yeah.
soap operas,
Yeah.
and people just love them. They watch them at night, they watch them during the day, the morning, always soap opera. We can never get enough, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. This is our dining room. It is still next to the living room. So in this situation, we are still keeping the same color scheme. My mom just taught me something very curious about this because I see these figurines all the time, everywhere. And my mom says that this one, the elephant, you must have it in the house with its back turned against the entrance for good luck.
Yeah, it is a tradition.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it is a tradition here in Cuba. Whenever you see an elephant, it has to be in this position.
Okay, against the door.
Getting the back to the door.
Oh, and if you don't do it, then you have bad luck.
Yeah.
I think I have to. I think I have to buy an elephant.
Okay.
And bring it to Canada. One for
Okay,
Canada,
okay.
one for the Philippines.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's move on to very important part of the house. We're going to the bedroom, my mom's bedroom. Okay, and as I told you, no doors. We have the curtains. Okay, so I'm gonna be explaining to you guys now what it is. Okay, so back in the day when we moved to this house, it was four of us. It was my mom, my grandma, my great grandma, and then me, right? Ever since my great grandma and my grandma both passed away already, but now it's my mom and I when I come to visit. Very common in Cuban houses, you guys will see that families, different groups of families live in the same space. So for example, back then, my mom lived here, my grandma lived here, so they lived in the same house, but they had different spaces. So my mom took this room and built a kitchen in this area, right? Which has a little bit of a desk area here. We have the motors outside. We have the bed. We had a little bit of an entertainment area here. So you can see there's a TV, there's a little set here. Her closet, pretty much like an apartment. Because my mom is here alone, basically the whole house is available to her. But back then, we will share common spaces. So we had the living room, there's another kitchen in the back and whatnot. But if she decided that she just wanted to stay here, she could very well do so. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the history of the room and the house. So when we first arrived, this room was not so big, right? So you saw us coming in through the porch in the beginning, right? To the receiving area.
Yeah.
This was actually part of it. If you see up there, this wall, there was a complete wall here. And this was part of the outside. This area right here, you had access to the garden. But then my mom decided that she would rather have an extended room rather than a big, welcoming area. She built this part of the house here. She destroyed the wall and basically extended the whole thing. Some of these things have been here since I first moved into this house, even since I was born. For example, this closet must be as old as me or even older. This television set we got, in what year did you get this TV? 20 years ago?
20 years ago.
Oh my god. Okay, so 20 years ago. Here we have, as you can see, like some more figurines. They love this type of things here in Cuba. It's very, very common. This one, this baby, and I'm not talking about baby Jesus. I'm talking about this baby right here.
Este es el niño Jesús.
Okay. My mom will tell you about baby Jesus, okay?
Es el que te cuida a ti.
He takes care of me, protects me.
Protection. That's his protection.
That's why you have baby Jesus next to me, so he protects me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Always.
My mom will now tell you about one of her favorite parts of the house, which is this right here. Why do you have a tiny bed in the room? She really loves animals and not only sees them as, pets, but as family members.
Yeah.
So she has a little dog, Rancel, right? So my mom decided to build a tiny bed for the dog and have it here in the room. And you know what's funny? Actually, the dog does sleep in the bed. He has his whole bed and he comes here and he lays in there, and if he wants, he has a blanket so she can cover him. He has his favorite toy. It's a little chicken. He can play with it. He has a little pillow.
That's my another baby.
That's your other baby. Okay. I think I need to send my mom to Miss Earth or Mrs. Earth or something. And I wanted to show you guys something. I brought a special gift for my mom from the Philippines.
Oh.
Okay, this is a very meaningful gift for my mom. I'm sure you guys will recognize. Jewel Mer. This is my mom's first Jewel Mer. It was my first time coming from the Philippines, so I wanted to bring her a little pasalubong, something that, you know, represents the Philippines and the beauty and what I do. So, you know, pageantry, jeweler, crown, beauty queen, whatnot. Yeah, it made sense. So I brought her a set of pearls, earring pearls.
Here they are.
Here they are. Jeweler. How do you like them, Mom? Do you like them?
I love them.
You love them?
They're
Okay.
very, very nice.
Say Mabuhay
I
Philippines.
love them.
Say Mabuhay Philippines. Mabuhay Philippines.
Mabuhay.
Mabuhay.
Mabuhay, Philippines.
Yes. Now let's take you to the bathroom, because I told you that when my mom became independent from the rest of the house and she built this whole space here, she also built a bathroom. Again, no door. We have the curtains because we want the air to be able to flow. And this is our little bathroom. As you guys can see, windows over there. Now, one thing about Cuban hoses, okay? If something breaks, we fix it. We don't throw it away. It doesn't go in the garbage. We found a way to make it work. So this one, I remember the very first day that my mom brought this. I was actually playing with it in the bed. I was probably 7, 8 years old, and I threw it first day that she bought it. She didn't even get to hang it on the wall. I already broke it, and as you can see, here it is with the Scotch tape. Cubans don't get rid of things. We fix everything, just like we do with our cars, with all of the things in our country. We never get rid of any of these things. All right, now let's move on to the next part of the house. Here we have the kitchen, second kitchen, because I told you guys my mom built her own thing. She had her own thing going on in her room. So now we're moving to the second kitchen. This is where my grandma used to cook most of the time, and now my mom still uses it, but I think that most of the time she does use the one in the room. So here we have a couple of things. So we have some water. As I told you guys, there's no running water, so you have to go and like pull it into tanks. We have the freezer. We have some of the kitchen appliances and whatnot. Last night we were entertaining some of our friends and our neighbors were here, so we were cooking for a lot of people. That's why you guys see a lot of dishes being washed and whatnot. And then it's just like a very typical Cuban kitchen setup and whatnot.
More curtains.
More curtains, yes. More curtains. We don't like doors. We want curtains for the air to flow. And we even put like this little covers and curtains on things like appliances, you know?
Yeah.
Here we have, you see? I don't know why. Maybe to protect it, to make it look cute. I think it's in the spirit of like not breaking anything and throwing it away. We try to make things last as much as I can, right? Refrigerator is how old?
Very old.
Older, almost as old as me, no?
Yeah,
27
it
years
is.
old. Okay.
Maybe.
We have to save and upgrade it. So we will upgrade soon. I assure you guys, even if we buy a new freezer, my mom will not throw this.
I will keep this
You will
as
keep
a remember.
Cubans don't throw anything out. Okay, so now let's go to the next room. This was my grandma and my great grandma's room as well. So this is where they slept before. Now the room is used for guests, family members who come to visit. We have my mom's sister, my cousin. Yeah, so they come and they stay here with us. There isn't much going on in this room, in this area, because it's not used very, very often. As you can see, we even have a little hanging.
When it's raining.
Yeah, when it's raining, we do the clothes.
Yeah.
We do the laundry and we just put it here in this thing. So you can see some over here, you can see some over here, right? There is another curtain here which takes you to another bathroom, which is not really meant to be functioning right now, so it's not really fully functional, but the space does exist. So if there was a need for it, we can all just, you know, fix the little things and make it a fully functional bathroom. Okay,
Bedroom.
The last bedroom.
Well, it is not a bedroom.
This is not a bedroom, okay? This is like, for a while, when my mom first built this area, it was a bedroom, but then she turned it into a laundry room, right?
Yeah.
So this is where she does all the laundry. I'll show you guys what I was talking about earlier. So here's the washing machine, right? So this is where my mom does her all of the laundry. But even though this is a new laundry machine, we still have the old one from how many years ago?
Wow, 40 years ago.
40?
And this is more or less This is for me, my laundries.
Okay.
For my clothes.
Okay.
And this one is for my dog
Ah.
clothes. This is for my dog clothes.
For the
Yeah.
dog.
Only for him.
I didn't realize.
This is mine and this is for him.
Oh my god. So he's like a full-on baby human. Like he has his own laundry.
Yeah, yeah. That's for him.
Oh my god. Okay. So here in Cuba, we have this laundry machines. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this before. And then we have the drying machine, but this is not like fully on like hot dry. And then you have to hang it for a while so that it dries completely. So this is how we do it in tropical countries. There's no need for drying per se because it's so hot. It will dry regardless. We do have a door here because we are actually going outside. So we wanna, you know, separate the inside from the outside with a door. This is where we came from the laundry room. And right here we have the kitchen that I just showed you guys a while ago. So this is the, what do you call this? The terrace. Basically the terrace where people can also come into the house. We have, you know, seats for our neighbors where they can come and they have some chismes, you know. So can you sit, mom? Also this one, this is my grandma's what do you call this? Balance, we call this. Balance. Okay, so this is how the balance works. You can sit here, right? And then you can have some chismes.
And we have a coffee here also.
Coffee and chismes. That's the best mix.
You love chismes.
You know what
I know.
You know what the neighbor did?
What?
We'll tell you later. So this area is also like it also functions as a little bit of a breakfast thing. Like if you want to come out and have breakfast outside without necessarily being outside, you can come here and do it. We have some of our veggies and whatnot in this area.
The plantas.
My mom, of course, has some more plants here because that's a must in the house.
Some cactus there.
Have some little cactus. As you can see, we reuse the plastic containers for plants. Trying to be a little bit sustainable. Even the cans, we can use them for the plants. And this is also a laundry area. So here is where we used to hand wash things back in the day. We still do, right? We still use this.
Yeah, still.
Right, Lourdes? ¿Verdad que sí?
Sí.
Ah. And as you guys can see, most of the house is completely sealed as well with these things. Like we cover the entire house.
Protected with this.
It's protective. Cuba is a very safe place, so it's not like it's dangerous, but then you want to make sure that your things are safe and that whatever you have worked hard for is not at risk of being taken. I will go upstairs and show you guys what it looks like from the top of the house. Say goodbye, Mom.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming to our house. But you stay with me.
Goodbye.
You stay with me. I'm gonna take you upstairs. So. Now we're going up. I'm going to the roof of my house. There's no stairs per se, so you have to climb. Okay, I'm just climbing here. Say hello, Mom.
Hello.
Hello.
Take care, my dear.
I will. This is what it looks like from the top. I told you that my mom said earlier that there is another water tank. So this is the one. It's a bigger one so that the house has enough running water, you know, until they put the running water, like the system that runs out of the house, whatever it is. So we have to fill these tanks to make sure that we have water. I'm not so sure if you guys can see very properly from here, but most houses are at least somewhat similar in Cuba. It's a cultural thing, right? So if you look at all the houses, there's a certain essence that you cannot miss that makes a Cuban home. So yeah, I guess that's it, you guys. I have to actually go prepare to go to the airport because in a couple of hours I'll be flying back home to Canada. So I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit of what my life in Cuba is like and was like. I remember when I first started traveling to some of the pageants, there were comments online and stuff like, you know, he's just getting stuff from like his rich parents and whatnot and whatever, and actually that's very, you know, far from reality. Whatever I have, I worked for, and this is, you know, where I came from. So I hope that my house tour has inspired you guys to Oi! As I'm filming this video, my chinelas just broke. My chinelas just broke. My chinelas just left the chat. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Drop a comment down below. Next time you see me, I'll be in Canada already. So Deuces. Bye now.